Alright, what is it, you ask, Scott? Well, a lot of you probably don't have access to some of this stuff. Um, One of my manufacturers I get food from, they actually use this as packaging. You know what this really is? It's the same stuff you put in the back of your filters. On your hang on the back filters and yada yada yada. Okay? That's all it is. Now, here's what I'm going to suggest you do. Roll it up. Okay? Take a little rubber band around there 2 or 3 times. Now, what do you do with that, you ask? Drop it in your freaking tank. You know why? Biological filtering. Okay? That's all it is. Now, it's almost like a sponge. You know, we use sponges, or a lot of us use sponges. And then what we do is throw it in a tank. We start a new tank. You know, let it sit in there 4, 5, 6, 7 months. You know, whatever. We start a new tank. We throw it in there. Guess what? It's a cycle. Okay, well, that's fine, Danny Scott. What about the real world? Okay, hang on. Let me show you something here. Let me show you something. This. Oh, googly moogly. Yeah, that was a mistake. Anywho, okay. What about one of these? Now, this is crap, okay? It's, oh, you know, you can see it. A Tetra PF10. Probably be good for a 5-gallon tank, and they sell them for 20s. But, again, if you have this type of stuff, well, bam, right there. You could probably stuff more in there. The more surface area you have for biological filtration, the better, okay? You don't need to buy that expensive stuff. Well, Scott, where do I get this stuff at? Well, that's a little trickier. Walmart, it's called Batten Clothing, I think. Something like that. Basically the same things they make quilts and pillows out of. Very cheap. Does it really matter? No. That's all you need, just something like that, okay? And now you've hyperventilated something like this. Of course, you know, the coarser it is and the heavier it is, you know, depends on, you know, particulates and all that crap. But anyway, I get it straight from my manufacturer. I'd be happy to send a bunch of stuff to y'all. Yeah, you have to pay for shipping, of course. But even a little cheap filter like this, you want to overdrive it. Don't go out and buy those expensive things that you got, you know, put in there every day. And also, never, ever, ever, ever change them out. What do you mean, Scott? Well, the problem with things like this, they want you to buy those little filter cartridges, you know, that plop in here. They want you to remove them once a month, put in a new one. No. No, 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 no. You've lost all your bacteria and biological filtration that you had in there. The only thing you ever want to do, let's just say I stuff this in here, yada, yada, yada. The only thing you ever want to do is in tank water, okay? Tank water. And, oh well, who cares? That was a piece of crap anyway. Okay. You're dumping your tank water into, hopefully, a bucket like that, right? Okay, we have our dirty little sponge. And then what we're doing is we're rinsing this out in the dirty water, okay? We're not using new water. We're not using anything else. We put this right back. I might have broke it. Anyway, who cares? We put it right back into that thing. You never, ever, ever replace this stuff, okay? That's a beginner mistake, 101. You simply rinse it out in pre-used tank water. Not new water, not water you dechlorinated, nothing. You rinse this stuff out in old tank water that you put in a bucket from a water change. Okay? Oh, here's my girl. Is that my girl? Is that my girl Ginger? Hey, sweetheart. Mad at me because I'm not paying attention. I had to make her a new nest. You'll see in a video or two I flooded her old nest out because I was an idiot doing water changes. Yes, Scott was. He flooded her area out and I ruined a bunch of her stuff. She mad. Poor girl. But anyway, you can get this stuff at Walmarts and whatever. You know, you obviously want to make sure it's got some strength to it. Well, where's she going? Okay, doesn't want to be seen. But I don't know. I'm not going to carry on with the video. But again, you know, kind of like I said, man, almost throw you up a couple things like that and do nothing. Just I'll show you right now. Okay. I know this aquarium's off. Okay. There you go. Okay, see that? See that white? Let it sit there and sit there and sit there for months and months. If you have tanks, just let it go, man. Bacteria is going to grow on that. And then maybe next month, if I start that bottom tank down there, I can simply just throw that thing in there and have an instant cycle. Okay? So make sense, people? That's all you're trying to do is beg, borrow, steal anything, whether it's substrate, whether it's filtered media from somebody else that came out of their hang on the back filters or whatever. Okay? So I'm going to jump off here. I think most of you got the idea. The hardest thing ever is starting your first tank. Okay? Seriously. That is the hardest thing ever. You know, if I had a way to actually sell the stuff to you all pre-filtered and sell it to you in a bag and say, hey, it's an instant cycle, I would. I'm not a firm believer in a lot of the chemicals that do that stuff. But they may or may not work, like Dr. Tim's and this and that. Hey, Ginger. I know, baby. Oh, that's my girl. Alright, anyway, I'm leaving you alone, but it's just an idea. I've got a ton of stuff, and just wrap it up, man. And even if you don't have this, again, go to Walmart or Kmart or whatever your freaking, I don't know, Joann's Fabrics. Certainly, they have media like this, okay? That gets you a hell of a head start. And even if you don't have a tank set up yet, and a buddy does, do what I just did. Wrap it in a freaking rubber band, okay? Dump it in there. And let it soak for, man, weeks and weeks and weeks. Ginger, what is your... Oh, my goodness. I gotta get off here. She's killing my bags. Later. Oh, Ginger.